Weird. Hello, I am John Hill. I'm an artist in Akron, Ohio. I'm here participating in the 24 for 24 art auction for the Art Therapy Studio out of Cleveland, Ohio. Um, I am typically a pen and ink artist, but tonight I'm going to be doing a painting. So I will do my best to talk while I'm doing this. This is a first for me. So enjoy, or I hope you enjoy. And here we go. It's a little
I think you are muted, my friend.
Can I? Dumb question because I'm not good at this. Can I?
Oh,
Why am I continually? There we go. Let's see. There we go. That's
yay, we got it back.
sorry about the difficulties. Oh, it's not one thing, it's another. All right, can you hear me? Am I there?
Yeah.
Or am I muted? Okay. So typically my paintings are somewhat abstract. I guess somewhat abstract is I use a lot of water and a lot of drips. I've been recently trying to get into bettering my painting ability through watching a lot of YouTube videos. So a lot of people out there that I enjoy watching, but
Hey, John, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
you can ask. Yeah, I mean, if you need to kill the silence, yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's just a fun way of getting to know you.
Oh no, by all means, go ahead.
Awesome. So our first question is, where do you get ideas for your artwork?
Um, okay, so that answer is going to sound really general. I get ideas everywhere, honestly. Pop art's a big thing. Uh, Movies, nature. I love spending time in nature to get ideas. Um, let's see. It's everywhere, you know. Bad answer.
No, there is no such thing as a bad answer. No worries.
Yeah. Well, general answer, I guess. Hold on real quick. I'm going to mute you real quick so I can blow dry. Okay, there we go. I feel like it's going to be you know how whenever you're baking food and you've got to have a dry hand and a wet hand? I feel like that's going to be the theme tonight. Goes smushing paint around. Did you have any other questions? Am I there?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, you're all right.
So, next question. What is your go-to music when you are making your art? We know Amber loves to listen to music. What about you?
Yeah, it's odd to be making art without music. I honestly go through phases. Sometimes, like right now, I'm on a. I'm sorry, I'm pulling the string. I'm on a kick where Lord Huron, Iron and Wine, Father John Misty is kind of in my playlist. And then I'll go heavy metal like Deftones or Metallica, Ministry and Tool. And then I'll go over to some hip hop with Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and Atmosphere and Aesop Rock. So I guess it all depends on the my mood at the time, and I guess maybe even the feeling I'm trying to get across with what I'm drawing.
Alrighty, so my next question would be, what artists do you admire or get inspiration from?
Oh, Alphonse Mucha and J.C. Leyendecker are probably two of my favorite elder artists, I guess. And like Leyendeckers' lines are just so beautiful in the way how he almost sculpts the people out of the illustrations out of paint. You can see the line work. It's just such a beautiful thing. And then Mooch's graphic and softness at the same time. And more, there's a artist out there named Jim Mahfood. He's a comic book artist. And his work is real gritty, and it's kind of, he kind of inspired me to start being a little more messy with my pen and ink work. And wow, there's just so many. And then you've got a couple of street artists. One is Asrek, Asrek. I want to say he's out of the UK, or I know he's not American. And then you've got, I should have been more prepared for this. There are just, it's hard to think and paint.
No worries. You know? You're doing great. You're doing great.
So it's a weird thing. You don't really like. There's a video podcaster I watch, and he's often spoke about the hardship of drawing or painting and talking at the same time. And you kind of think about it and you're like, it can't be that bad. And then you do it, and then it's like, oh, it is that bad. But
all right, you ready for my next question?
Yes.
How has your artwork changed over time?
Oh, that's drastically. I mean, just from when I started drawing, it used to be very cartoon. Like it's very cartoon based, and it was very small. I don't know if you know, but Amber and I went to high school together. And I remember she and my friend Lucas she would kind of hit my friend Lucas and I up because we drew so small. And it was, I never thought about anything about it, but I guess I wrote small, drew small. I still draw small, but I ventured out into painting, and as I started looking into other artists and trying to, adopt my own art parents, if you will, I started trying different things with the way I worked or work. So it was like you know how you're embarrassed when you look at like middle school pictures of yourself. Uh, it's not embarrassed, but it's like, I could have done a lot better, or that what was going on with that hair.
Well, we all had to start somewhere, right?
Right. No, yeah, and I get that. Um, but like since I started like uh I'd say I'm sorry if I'm shaking this, the camera. Uh
Oh, no worries.
but I would say it was probably about 12 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago, maybe a little in that time frame when I actually started taking it seriously, drawing and the painting and just being an artist, or uh being an artist who doesn't have to live like an artist, because I fortunately have a day job, um, where I can do this in my off time. Um, I could not imagine trying to live as an artist, being an artist, um, or make a lot, or I don't have that drive. But I'm meandering. I do that. I'm sorry. Um, uh,
Please don't be sorry. This is your time. This is your space. You can do whatever, say whatever.
but so I would say my art has my style, or my how I work is very has evolved and become more I'm more serious about it, I guess, even though I still just call them doodles. Um, but yeah, started with Looney Tunes, and now I'm still drawing cartoons, just a little more. I gotta say, this, I'm gonna show you something real quick. This is a little more typical of my work.
Very cool.
So um, I tend to stick to black and gray. Um, a lot of markers and whiteout and inks that I can smudge around.
So what inspired you to work with paint tonight?
Um, I wanted you guys to be able to make a little money off of this, because I see that there is art that will pull in a little bit of cash, and then there's the stuff that I do that's not going to get you anything. It's just not to sound pessimistic about it, but I feel like a painting might be able to uh, help you guys out a little more than some crazy drawing would. Oh, hi, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? I've got a daddy long leg. Sorry. Come on there. You're in the wrong place, bud. So, and I the for me, the process of painting is a little more relaxed than the process of doing an ink drawing. Um, I can, even though I was talking about how it's hard to paint and talk at the same time earlier, it's a little easier for me to paint and draw, or paint and talk, than it is for me to draw and talk. So I wanted to be able to answer any questions if you guys had any. Or
So working with the or living with an art therapist must be sort of intimidating. How has, watching Amber work influenced your work and vice versa? Like how does it work between you guys when you're working around each other and you kind of see each other's styles? Does it influence your work in any way?
her work scares the crap out of me. Not in a bad way. I don't understand how she works in 3 dimensions. And as you can see, we have very opposing artistic styles. Not opposing, different. But that doesn't mean I'm not inspired by what she does. I'm always in awe of her new pieces. Just because they are so different than mine. And you how you can see the beauty in something they just normally may not appeal to you. Like I love her work, but I still I will tell her that I don't understand a lot of assemblage art. And that's my own like way of thinking, I guess. Not yeah, but yeah, there's not a I love being down here in the studio with her though, even though we're very different artists.
So if you could choose, what would be one of your favorite art pieces of your own?
Oh, that's a hard one because I am ready to burn every one of them once I finish it. Favorite art piece of my own.
If you can't think of one, it's okay. Or maybe let's generalize it a little bit. Maybe like what type of artwork of yours is more of your favorite type, or what type of design, something like that, instead of a particular piece.
Honestly, my paintings, like I love doing like illustration work or illustrative work, and like hold on, like I love drawing figures and I love drawing creatures, and like trying to like this is meandering. My uncle asked me once what kind of artist do I consider myself, and I feel like I'm a photo collagist who draws. Like I take different works and or I take different pictures and I try to figure the composition and the problems out on how to put these things that I like together. And so the illustrations and the drawings, they take a lot of time, where my paintings, probably the real first one that still strikes a chord with me is, I'm sorry, it's called Sherbert Dreams. And it's a acrylic painting, but it took me about a year and a half, year and a quarter, year and a half to do. Because I would just layer and sand and layer and sand and layer and sand. And I got it to the point where if you looked at it at the right angle, you'd be able to see a reflection. But there's still a depth of the washes that you can see through the sanding. So I guess I'd have to say that's my favorite piece of my own, just because it was kind of like the breakthrough piece. But
So how long do your works usually take to complete?
um, it depends on what I'm doing, um, and it depends on, like, I can sit down, and if I've got a fairly decent idea of what I'm doing, like with this piece, I can sit down and knock it out in a hour and a half. If it's a drawing, um, if it's a sketchbook drawing versus a ink drawing, uh, like sketchbook drawing could be 20 minutes. When I take it to ink, it could be an hour. Um, uh, like this fun little guy is that sketchbook sketch probably took me about an hour, maybe a little less. Paintings, again, depends on what I'm trying to do with them. I've got one on the easel that I've been staring at or playing with for, I don't know, 2 months now. I heard Amber down here giving you guys like the very Bob Ross.
That's what Cheryl said.
That's exactly what we were saying in the studio. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I can tell people all the colors I'm using. And hopefully my head's not getting in your way.
No, we just see your artwork and your hands brushing away. So no worries. So another question I have is whether or not you have a process of, setting the stage, so to speak. If you have any rituals that you try to keep to, like keeping it quiet, or I guess playing music would be one, or if you start in a particular time of day or anything like that.
So I'm a night owl. So I tend to start coming down to this, we start hitting the studio probably around 11 o'clock at night sometimes. But other than that, no, not really any ritual. Music, coffee or snacks or adult beverages or you know, podcasts. You know. But I guess the biggest would be music, because even while I'm at work, if I'm drawn, I'd rather have music on than anything.
So, what motivates you to continue to do art? I know you said earlier that you have, a full time job, a day job, and you were sort of doing it a little bit in school, but then, kind of fell in and out of it. What motivates you to keep doing it?
What's the question?
I it's a strange need, like, to continue to do it. I enjoy it. I could draw and paint every day for the rest of my life and not make any money out of it, and I'd still enjoy it. It's a challenge. Like, I'm gonna find pictures of hands in odd positions, and I'm gonna see if I can draw them to where they still read as hands in weird positions. Or I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna attempt to interpret this picture in a painting or in a ink block or something. And while at the same time challenging myself, there's a bit of thoughtless meditation in there, depending on which medium I'm using. So I guess the challenge of it keeps me going with it and just thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, God, I wish I could find the lyric, but there's a hip hop artist I listen to named Aesop Rock, and he went to school for arts and then ended up dropping out. But he's got a song about how there's a magic to seeing the foreshortening correct in an arm, or the way flesh hangs off of a skeleton or is on a skeleton, and how you can the magic of being able to take a paint and make that lifelike to where it looks like it's real. And I have yet to get into figure painting, but that is a magic that I can understand. Oh, he's starting. Our cat's starting to yell, so everybody might be able to hear it.
Oh, we're cat fans here. No worries. I realize I say no worries a lot, so I'm sorry.
No. It's no worries is a thing I do too. So gotta. Okay. Probably not the best time to be wearing a new sweater or a newish sweater. I'm gonna mute you guys real quick so I can run the. All right, we're back.
So, do you have any tips for those of us that, work a full-time job but love making art, but just kind of feel like they don't have enough time in their days and their lives to really make it? Because honestly, I'm pretty much one of those people where I get home and I'm just exhausted, and I think about the art. I have an art desk and all that, but never really, never really had the motivation to really get up and do it, because you can get lost in it for hours, and sometimes it just feels like you start something and then you're forced to stop, and it just doesn't feel right to stop it.
Um, all right, so I'm a sketchbook artist. I always have a sketchbook with me, and I will do complete pieces in a sketchbook before I would ever put them down onto a canvas. In saying that, sketchbooks are a lifesaver, and they can be a stopgap for anybody out there who wants to draw. And you don't need to go buy a fancy sketchbook or anything like that. It's like you can go buy one of those notepads, and that can be your sketchbook. Like I think, and I'll speak from personal experience, is that there is a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves about what a like are we good enough? There's imposter syndrome crap. that lies and tells us that we're not good enough, but and but again, sorry, I meander. But the sketchbook is, it's something that you can carry around with you in your backpack, in your purse, or in your wallet even, and you can jot down ideas, you can jot down phrases throughout the day. And then I would say it's tough, but, and even for me, it's tough. Even for me, it's tough to get down in the studio to want to do anything down here, just because it's like I can sit on the couch with Am and we can watch Office for the 16th time, or I can force myself to come down here and make something that I might look at as a failure, and kind of drop myself for a minute. But that's why I draw on sketchbooks all the time, and I rip pages out of sketchbooks for the ideas that I like, and the ideas that I want to run with. And going back to what I was saying before I meandered off, scheduling yourself for an hour and just saying an hour, like I'm going to work on this for an hour, or I'm going to work on this for 30 minutes. And there is an odd pressure to saying I'm going to go down to the my art desk. That the word art desk, I think, automatically puts a pressure on it. So if you just say, I'm going to spend an hour in my sketchbook, and there's a couple podcasts I listen to from professional artists that, like, I don't know. There's one called 3 Point Perspective, and it's 3 professional illustrators, children's book illustrators. And they kind of talk about both the business and the burnout aspects of it and how to avoid those things. It's she might have to go outside.
No, she doesn't.
Right. Along with the cat, we've got a puppy. So.
Oh, what kind of puppy?
She is an Australian Kelpie. She is 13 or 12, excuse me. And she has one eye, so she is very skittish. She lost the eye before I got her, so I don't know. All right.
Alrighty, so I do just want to point out here that we are at our 10-minute mark. If there are any closing remarks you'd like to make? Any ways for us to stay up to date with your art? Any recommendations to those podcasts that you've been mentioning? Anything like that, now would be a great time to kind of pitch yourself and plug in anything that you've been working on or anything like
Ooh,
that.
I'm terrible at those things. All right, so I'm John Hill again. I can be found at ink underscore eyes or ink underscore and underscore eyes on Instagram. Um, I am not classically trained as an artist. I didn't go to school for it. I learned through the school of YouTube and time and patience. If you are an inspiring artist out there and you feel like you're just not good enough, don't listen. Just keep pushing yourself and you'll get better. And then one day you'll get into a gallery and then one day you'll sell. And honestly, if you don't, as long as you're enjoying the process and the journey, that's all that matters. But yeah, my Instagram feed is very different than this. A lot of skulls, a lot of macabre. So some flowers. I hope you enjoyed watching me make a mess.
Well, that is just looking super awesome. Thank you so much for spending some time with us and hanging out with us and doing some super cool art. It's been an honor and a privilege watching you work, and thank you for inviting us into your space and into your home. We truly appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to work with you guys. For you guys, with you guys, I don't know. Somewhere in there.
Somewhere like that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's about 90%, or I'd say 75% right now.
It looks awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool. As someone who only works in the admin side of things, I don't really get to see this part a lot within our artists and our students here. So it's kind of cool watching all these videos for like the past 7 hours. So it's been a very cool process and meeting all types of people. So it's super fun.
I can imagine it would be interesting and fun to do that. Of course, he starts up now. think I made too much gray.
It's so pretty.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully somebody out there likes it enough to give you guys some money for it.
We appreciate that. Thank you. It's very kind. But at the end of the day,
Oh,
meeting you guys is the best part. So
the studio has does amazing work, and for a community that needs it, for a lot of communities that need it. So anything I
you.
can do to help in
Thank
my
you
little
so
way.
much. I truly appreciate that. Especially since I got like 15 hours left to go. So those words are very encouraging.
Ooh.
Thank you. We are in it
So
to
you're
win it.
gonna say, so you're on it till you're not taking any breaks.
Well, we have some pre-recorded videos that we will play throughout the night. So we have a little bit of a break, but then we're back live at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we are back live, I believe, at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, God.
Yes, so it's an adventure, but this is the best place to be a part of that adventure. You know, it's a
Yeah.
great community that we have here, and I'm very proud to be a part of it, and very grateful for people like you to be a part of it as well. So thank you again.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I was biting my headphone cord.
No worries. All right, Facebook community, we are heading out. Thanks for those that are sticking with us, and stay tuned for the next video to come up here in a couple of minutes. Make sure to click the YouTube link and you will be taken there to watch the next pre-recorded video. Thank you again, John. It's been an honor.
Oh, no. Thank you for allowing me this time.